is Tatiana from Tatiana Math Resources, and we're looking at the May-June 2023 question 8. So it says complete the table for the function y equals to negative x squared plus x plus 7. So we have negative 3. So when x is negative 3, we're going to substitute negative 3 into this function. So wherever we have x, we're going to write negative 3, negative 3. So negative 3 to the second power is negative 9. So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. But because it is a negative x squared, you're going to get negative 9. So we have negative 9 minus 3 plus 7. That is going to give us, we're going to work out the bracket first, put little brackets around here. That's going to give us negative 12 plus 7. The answer is negative 5. When x is negative 1, that is our second x value that we have to calculate the y value for. Here is our function. We're going to substitute negative 1 wherever we see x. And we recognize that negative 1 to the second power. Because remember, when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive. But because of this negative sign, we have a negative 1 minus 1 plus 7. So again, let's put brackets around here. And that is going to give us negative 2 plus 7, which is equals to 5. We now have to work out x equals to 1. So when x is equals to 1, our function, wherever we see x, we're going to replace it with positive 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, but it is a negative function. So negative 1 plus 1. Let's put our brackets around here. And negative 1 plus 1 is going to give us 0. So that's 0 plus 7. We're going to get positive 7. When x is 3, wherever we see x, we're going to write 3. This is our function. We're going to replace x with positive 3. And 3 squared is 9. But remember, it's a negative function. So we're going to have a negative 9 plus 3 plus 7. Let's put our brackets around here. That's going to give us negative 6 plus 7. And our answer is 1. So here we have our coordinates in the table. We have our x and y coordinates. So negative 3, negative 5. Then we have negative 2, 1. That's negative 2 on the x-axis. And positive 1. Then we have negative 1, 5. That's positive 1 on the x-axis. 5. Then we have 0, 7, 0, 7. Then we have 1, 7. Then we have 2, 5, 2 on the x-axis, 5. Then we have 3, 1. That's 3 here, 1. And then we have 4, negative 5. Okay, so we're going to connect these points now. So let's go here. I'm going to come back now here on this side and connect. Good. All right. So now we're being asked to find the maximum minimum point of the graph. So that's going to be right here. This point right here. Okay. That is known as the maximum point. That is also our line of symmetry. This line here. So you notice it cuts right here. And if this is 0, 1, if this is 0 and that is 1, that is a half. So the coordinates are a half, positive a half, comma. So that means we have to approximate what is this point here on the y-axis. Now it's a little way from a half, 7.5. So we're going to approximate it to be about 7.25. Okay, so that's the minimum point. And remember, we also said that it is the line of symmetry. Okay. So here we're asked to write down the equation of the axis of symmetry of the graph. So that is, remember we talked about it earlier, this line here. And we said that is right here, x equals a half. So that's the answer. But there's a way of calculating it. First, we have the function y equals negative x squared plus x plus 7. We need to identify what is a, b, and c. So we know our a is negative 1, the coefficient of our x squared term. B is 1, the coefficient of x. And then 7, the constant. So remember when you have x, the coefficient is 1. Now there's a negative sign here, hence y is negative 1. Okay, the formula is x equals to negative b over 2a. So we're going to substitute those values. So b is 1, but it's a negative. So negative 1 over 2 times a, and our a is 1. But it is negative 1, sorry, from above here. So it's 2 times negative 1. So we get negative 1 over, we multiply a positive by a negative, you're going to get negative. The negative signs are going to cancel out and give us a positive half. So x is equals to half. So then you will draw the line on your graph, x equals to a half. All right, can make this look a little neater. Okay, let's take the line that's there. Okay, so x is equals to a half. Of course, you will use a ruler and draw that line. Part E, use your graph to find the solution of the equation negative x squared plus x plus 7 equals to 0. So they want to know where does this graph cut the x-axis, and that is right here. This value here and right here. So that is approximately 3 point, as a negative 2, negative 2.2, and this I'm approximating it to be 3, about 3.2 also. Okay, so remember we are approximating to negative 2.2 and 3.2. Part F, on the graph, sorry, on the grid on page 24, draw a line through the points negative 3, negative 1, and 0, 8. So we have to plot those points. So let's put it in black. So negative 3, negative 1, this is negative 3, and negative 1, that's right here. Okay. And the next point is 0, 8, so that's 0 here, and we're going to go here to 8. And we're going to draw a line from that to that. Now, of course, you're going to use a ruler and draw that line, right? Good, 1 mark. Determine the equation of this line in the form y equals mx plus c. So the first thing we need to do is to find the gradient, which is m. And the formula is gradient y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have to label here. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to substitute the values. 8 subtract 1 over 0 minus 3. So we know the two negative signs. We're going to get 8 plus 1 over 0 plus 3, which is 8 over 3. Now we made a mistake here, not 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So that is 9 over 3, which is 3. So the gradient is 3. So we're going to substitute that y equals mx plus c. So we're going to use the coordinates here. One of these set of coordinates, doesn't matter, any would be used. You can use any. So I'm going to use the 0 and the 8. 0, 8. So y would be 8. And my m, we just worked that out, is 3. And x is 0 plus c. So I'm going to get 8 equals to c, because that's going to be 0. Therefore, the equation of this line would be y equals 3x plus 8. From Tatiana Math Resources, and we looked at the May 2023 question 8. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.